Hi, this is Kesha Rogers with a very exciting update and report for you on the optimism that has now transpired with the launching and successful reaching of orbit of now two nations, the nation of the UAE, United Arab Emirates, in cooperation with Japan and also with the United States, as yesterday the UAE was the first Arab nation to reach Mars orbit, and it will be performing some spectacular science experiments looking at the relationship of Mars's climate and weather conditions. And also, this was a mission that was advanced through cooperation with many other nations, including the United States, where the Boulder, Colorado University participated in helping with the design of the spacecraft, and Japan helped to launch the orbiter to Mars. And so this happened also on the anniversary of the establishment of the UAE as a nation, its 50th year. And so as we face the ongoing crisis confronting mankind, the question of what distinguishes us as a human species to be able to advance the mind of man into the solar system with our instruments, preparing the way for what has been decades-long fight of economist and American statesman Lyndon LaRouche for the development of a 40-year Moon-Mars program, a commitment to a Moon-Mars mission. And this is what has been the commitment in the United States more recently with the development of the Artemis program by President Donald Trump, and what we must continue to commit to. Now, on today, we see that it is not just going to be one nation alone, but that this is as LaRouche called it, the ability and the need to give mankind a sense of purpose, developmental purpose, not only throughout the planet, but through the influence of Earth on the adjoining regions of the solar system and beyond. And that is what a commitment to a Moon-Mars mission truly represents. We are not just going to be sending human beings to the moon and to Mars, but we're going to be developing the platform which is necessary for advancing the progress of mankind. Now, this is also the consideration of many nations, as today we also witness what we're going to see as a traffic jam on Mars, where China has just successfully reached Mars orbit. The United States will be following behind very closely, as we will soon be entering into Mars orbit on the 18th of February in just a little less than 9 days. And I'll get into the United States and the spectacular work and science research that we're going to be doing shortly here. But on today, we should give a congratulation to the nation of China, as it was its first time to launch successfully an independent mission to Mars and to successfully enter into Mars orbit. And China is expecting to make a landing on Mars in May of this year. And this landing is going to be in an area where the United States is very much familiar with, because the United States has had many successful missions on Mars, carrying our rovers and landers and instruments to Mars. And in 1975, 1976, you had the Viking 2, the combination Viking 1, Viking 2, land orbiter and lander. And in that mission with the Viking 2, you had the finding of water ice on Mars. And so one of the things that the Chinese mission is going to do is it's going to land in the area that Viking 2 landed in going back to 1976. And that mission is going to land in the Planitia, Utopia Planitia. And this was where the Viking 2 landed. And we're going to continue to explore as one human species, because what we discover with one nation will be for the benefit of all nations. And so the Chinese are going to be looking at mapping Mars morphology, the geology of Mars. They're going to have an exploration radar instrument to measure water ice on Mars and the development, as well as collecting data on electromagnetic spectrum of Mars and the gravitational field. And we will hear a lot more from the results coming from both the UAE and China. And we will look forward to the development of what the Perseverance, the Mars 2020 mission, which is going to be an extraordinary mission. What we see from China is that they have a unique mission in the fact that they will be sending a orbiter, a lander, and a rover to Mars, and that's what they have there now. And with the Perseverance mission, we will be performing a very unique experiment. As one, we're going to be touching down in the Jezero crater, which was known to have an ancient lake and to possibly have microbial life. That's where we're going to look for biosignatures on Mars. And to look at, we're going to be taking a number of new instruments, new cameras. This is what exists on the Perseverance rover. We also have a unique feature of a helicopter, a small helicopter that will fly on Mars. And most importantly, we are going to, for the first time, be bringing back samples from the surface of Mars, because we have to know what's there, the conditions of the soil, how we are going to build future colonies and habitats on Mars. We're going to be looking at how we can develop resources for oxygen, for breathing, for water, for developing the ability for sustaining human life on Mars, and also for fuel, for rocket fuel, many other features. So this is what is the purpose of mankind, is to develop the solar system for the benefit of mankind. What can we learn about the billions of years of history on Mars that will prepare us to define new research, new means of resources that we can use for developing here on Earth? And so this week is an extraordinary week, and this month is extraordinary, as it has been the purpose of the LaRouche Political Action Committee and the late economist Lyndon LaRouche and his commitment and vision to human progress, to scientific progress. And this is what we must continue to embark upon, a renewed mission for humanity, that this is what the United States will play a leading role in, as we don't just commit to the Artemis program as something that has to be done in small steps, but how this is going to define the next several generations of human progress, of economic and technological progress for our nation and for the world. And so I invite you to continue to be inspired and to look at the positive things that are going on right now that can bring us together as one human species that defies the zero growth green policy of the greeny environmentalists, and says, as we have continued to develop, that there are no limits to growth. There is no limits to human progress. So very exciting times, and We look forward to bringing you more as we enter into Mars orbit and continue to develop our purpose in the solar system. Thank you.